I've had a cool delivery today. I missed this delivery about 3 days in a row, in fact. And the first time it said, oh, it's too big to have been left. And I was like, I know it was going to be a little bit big, but I didn't quite realise how big. The box for it took up my entire kitchen table. Let me show you guys what was delivered. It took me a solid, 45 minutes to build because, well, they're never straightforward. Well, they are pretty straightforward. There's never easy. So, today, what arrived was not my Amazon chair, but this chair back here. So Razer reached out to me on Instagram and asked me if they could send me the chair, a headset, and a microphone. So far, a chair and a headset have arrived, and yeah, the chair's pretty good. I sit on chairs a little bit very weirdly though. I sort of sit cross-legged, and this Amazon chair's perfect for that. I've had about 4 of these Amazon chairs over the years. And I can't sit cross-legged very well on the Razer chair. I think if you were to use it the way it's intended to be used, it's perfect. Like if I was an actual PC gamer that PC gamed with a mouse and keyboard all the bloody time, it's perfect. And I know just the person who will appreciate it more than me. So stay tuned for that. I wondered where that was. It was on top of my bike, which needs to leave this room, to be fair, because it's been here for ages. This is just sort of a partial storage room at the moment, as well as editing station. I edit these videos in there. So yeah, new gaming chairs arrived. Might be giving it to some kids in the family though, because they game on PCs more than me. And I mean, I game on PC too, but I use a controller and I sit on a sofa. My 5090 beast over here is going to get some use at some point shortly, I'm sure. Lots of games releasing and such. But yeah, I always game over there. I also did a bit of a stock check on some stuff. So for example, I'm keeping an eye out for the GameCube version of the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller so that I can get the matching one. A lot rarer than the PlayStation 2 one though. And something else that I need to do is I need to get the sticker put back on here. I've still got the sticker. In fact, let's put it next to it so it doesn't get lost. But I've been researching around what I need, and I need some pH-neutral, acid-free, double-sided archival tape. Apparently it's the sort of tape that librarians and museums use to put things back on things in a way that isn't going to bleed through the paper. Because you don't want to put glue on that and it bleed through and wreck it, or stain the case in any way. You just got to be a bit careful there. But yeah, the last time I was in CEX, I saw some big boxed stuff for the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, I think, which isn't usually my target market, but it's big box pretty things that doesn't actually have much branding on it in terms of the console. It was kind of similar to this limited edition Evil Within up there and the Demon Souls. I'm looking forward to having more of these things front-facing. Once there's more of them, it'll be easier to display. But yeah, I'm going to head CX soon because it is currently 4:20 and they close in an hour. So let's go. I'll tell you what else I drastically need to do. I really need to get my car cleaned. I don't think I've had my car cleaned since April, and I'm recording this on the 23rd of September, which is now, I think, quite literally 2 months from when it's going to get posted. I tell you, those of you that have been paying attention for a while, I said I was going to record as many videos as I could through the summer so that when the winter comes and we're less likely to want to walk to town every day, that there's still content. I'm trying to... Last year, or this year, whatever, at January time, barely uploaded for 2 months. Trying to have enough videos stockpiled that doesn't happen again. So, is what it is. It even happens on TikTok where I'll post a video about the price of a game. Or no, not even about the price of a game. I'll just be going, right, here's what I can find at CX today on TikTok. And they'll be like, that game's got a different price on it than it does now. And I'm like, yeah, that's because I filmed this video 2 months ago. My TikTok drafts I've got weeks worth at any given time so that I'm ahead of myself. Anyway, we need to get a move on. Let's go. The car park, now that the kids are back at school, is way quieter than it used to be, which I don't really understand because we're outside of school hours now. And even though the kids are or are not at school, that doesn't change the fact that parents still have to work. It's weird how these things seem to matter. I don't know. Anyway, 45 minutes to go till they shut. Let's move. Welcome back to Stafford CEX, following on from their refurbishment, where things are starting to look a little bit different. I'd like to know, I could probably just ask them to be fair, they'd tell me, how they decided where to put stuff. Because I feel like the Wii section is way bigger than the PS2 section. And I feel like most stuff on the Wii is pretty cheap. you know? There's the games that'll never be cheap on the Wii. Like Wii Sports, theoretically, right? Wii Sports should be a £1 game. It came with near enough everybody's Wii. And yet I think it's about 15 quid or something like that if you want the one, especially one that comes with an official case rather than the little cardboard sleeve. But then you've also got all the Mario games, the Zelda games, all the first-party Nintendo stuff that just because it's Nintendo never gets cheaper. But then there's a lot of tat. I don't know if you guys have ever actually looked at the selection of games that are on the Wii and the DS as well. Like I made a whole TikTok the other day about a stop smoking simulator that's on the DS. Imagine. I wonder if that ever helped anyone ever. Also, the My Silent Hill 2 still in the window. My old Silent Hill 2, the one with the knackered front. If somebody bought that on e-commerce and it came out from Stafford CEX, they would be livid. And I'd be livid too, so I'm glad it ain't me. So I've got the Dino Crises, and I want them, but they're pretty expensive. There are very few PS1 games that I'm interested in buying. I don't collect specifically for PS1. The only PS1 games that I really own are games from my childhood, like Shrek, and then Resident Evil and Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid. That is about it. Dino Crisis is Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs, so it's up my alley twice over because Resident Evil and dinosaurs. So it's on my list. And to be fair, it is probably only getting more expensive. Check this out. An old sticker that says 12 quid, and it's currently 28. I'm pretty sure that sticker is once again a discs sticker, which is an independent game shop from Stafford from when I was a kid that at some point along the way went under. I remember it being brilliant in there, although I have a really bad or sad memory of really, really wanting Destroy All Humans 2 when that came out, going into discs and Game Station, and it not being in any of them. And that memory's got to be like 20 years old now, surely. I'm not quite sure how long ago. It's very strange. It's like, I don't know at what age you start remembering things coherently from your childhood, like for sure, like with dates and stuff. But now that I'm 27, I'm like, yeah, a lot of the things that I can remember have got to be 20 years ago, which is a bit of a strange thought. Introspective, anyway. But yeah, let's head back out, shall we? That's annoying. The cover on My Little Barbecue is blown off again. It's a shame that summer's nearly over. I'd like to do some, like, smoky meats. Anyway, let me show you guys what I got from CEX today. So, I got two kind of cool things. It once again played out in my favour that CEX doesn't price things too differently. So the first thing that I got was this. The Metro Exodus Steelbook Collector's Edition case thingy. So, how does it open? How does it open? So, this is tin. And then there's this steelbook as well. And this little art book. And it was the same price as the regular version of Metro Exodus. Granted, I don't think this is the version of Metro Exodus you should actually be playing. I'm pretty sure that the PS5 version is the one you're supposed to play. But this is still quite a cool little win, I would have said. It was actually one of them where it was on the shelf. Not on the shelf, on the counter as I was finishing up buying the thing that I'm going to show you next. And I was like, is this ready to be purchased? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I'll take it. Because for a £5, that's pretty cool. Don't know how much I like the outer sleeve, but it at least has this. I hate the steelbooks or the collector's editions that don't have any of the game's branding on the actual thing itself and only on the slipcover. Some of them like that are a bit annoying, like Mortal Shell. The next thing I got was this. So Prince of Persia 2008, some sort of collector's edition-esque thing. See that? It's a bit shiny. Bit of a thick boy box, and then it opens up like this. Sadly, it's still the original game on the inside, like it's not anything special. But it's got all these art book things, and unlock the classic Sands of Time in Persia. Well, give it a go, I guess. Try and use it if you want. There's two of them. That's cool. If that still works, that'd be hilarious, given that it's, 17 years old. This is in really good condition, though. Like, again, you don't see cardboard in great condition too often. Speaking of cardboard, it's really stupid of them to put a sticker on cardboard. That's the whole thing we've had with the discussing of Silent Hill 2 over here. This still needs to go back on my shelf upstairs. I'm really very happy with this. This is pretty cool. Bit of a shame about the top corner up here, but you know, it could be way, way worse. It could be like the one I had before. Let me just give my dinner a stir before I head to the gym. Pasta tonight. And then what else? What else? Silent Hill F comes out in a couple of days. There's that. And then, like a week after Silent Hill F is Ghost of Yotei. And then shortly after that is Battlefield 6. Granted, Battlefield 6 will just be multiplayer. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably play Borderlands 4 again after Ghost of Yotei alongside Battlefield. I won't be buying COD. It's been years now since I've paid for Call of Duty. I managed to get off of that train. I'm quite proud of myself for doing it too, because I was one of those like sweaty Call of Duty kids that would like skive school every year, and I'd always try and get to 10th prestige before Christmas on each Call of Duty that came out. My like Call of Duty heyday, as it were, was like World at War through Black Ops 2. I did play Ghosts and Black Ops 3 as well, and some Advanced Warfare. I'd probably played quite a lot of Advanced Warfare as well. I preferred Advanced Warfare's 3D movement to Black Ops 3's 3D movement. I remember that because it was like a little bit more binary. It was the same jump height every time. It wasn't, or the same dash height. Whereas with the way that the Black Ops series does it. Also, I can't believe we're on Black Ops 7. 7. If you'd have told Kale of 2012 that in 2025, which ironically is the year that Black Ops 2 is set, when he was playing Black Ops 2 in 2012, whatever, that he'd be Black Ops 7 come 2025. That's absurd. Where did the time go, eh? 2009 was the peak of like. It's weird, right? When Call of Duty was like the only thing you played as a kid, for the most part, like Modern Warfare 2, I put like 67 days or something like that into Modern Warfare 2. When you're younger, a year feels like a lot bigger of a period of time. Like 2025 has been the weirdest year of my life for sure, and it's nearly done. And it's like 2009 was 16 years ago. I'd love to sometimes be a fly on the wall and have a conversation with like my younger self and just see how things. Well, I know how things are going, but like just to watch. Couldn't intervene because then you get butterfly effect things, but it'd be interesting to watch. There's not been a lot at the cinema as well. I'm looking forward to that Leo DiCaprio thing. It's been a few weeks since I've been to the cinema, but yeah. Anyway, so I suppose in my next video I'll probably be talking a bit about Silent Hill F. I want to try and bring more like maybe gameplay clips in some way. Like I can like flip you around and point you at the TV for some content, maybe. For bits and pieces of a video. We'll see. Just of whatever I'm playing at the time, now that I am playing games again for the first time in months. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.